greeting the Yana, the president will, after greeting the Yana, the president will now be led to go and then the president. So the president is now walking so beautiful, and you can see the smiles on the face of Yaa-Naa Abukari II. This is the first time he's meeting John Dramani Mahama as the president of this country, a son of his land, who is the president of this country. Proud moment for the people of DAGBÏਂ as the kinsmen wave at John Dramani Mahama. And so this is the spectacle here live on WoezorTV, and for many of you who are witnessing this event, this is YENDI, this is GBEWAA Palace, and this is where His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is now to pay a courtesy call on the chiefs and people of DAGBÏں. Now let's take the national anthem.
Appointed members.
Thank you very much. Na yabe kona mene onyang chabna ka lere sasha tinja wama tangban sola won ponte jia ka tanana ma jarna ne betejene bejin na temtil jima
areas where everybody gets seated before the highest traditional leader comes, Yaa-Naa sits with those who have come before him, and then those who have the potential of aspiring to be at the highest level are now taking their level. So these are all potential Yaa-Naas.
Not all of them are potential Yaa-Naas, but majority of them are potential Yaa-Naas. But if they sit and Yaa-Naa sit on them, it means they have collapsed their own group.
That's interesting.
Yes, they have collapsed their own group. For them, Yaa-Naa must be seated before they will come and sit. But if they sit and Yaa-Naa sit on them, spiritually, they have killed their ambition. So for them, they have to allow Yaa-Naa to sit. So now approaching us is Yana, chief of Savulgu, who is ironing the seat of GBEWAA. So Yana must be seated before he can come and sit. The like of Karna is also there. So Naa Abukari Yana, meaning that's the junior father of GBEWAA. Naa Abukari Karna, meaning that's the senior brother, the senior father of GBEWAA. They are in possession. So for them, Yaa-Naa must be seated before they can take their seat. Otherwise, if they are seated before Yaa-Naa, Yaa-Naa will sit on them, and spiritually they are there.
Now, this sounds very interesting, and for many people who are watching this live on WoezorTV, it is almost like an education, a history lesson, much more of an appreciation of the culture of the people, which means that anybody who becomes a chief and even aspires to the highest goes through training, and so these are basics they must know.
Essentially, before you are in scene, you have been oriented and you know the arrangement. Even as you are seated here, they know that when Yaa-Naa is seated, there are some category of team who sit at the left, there are some category of team who sit at the right, and we have the gun warriors as well. Those warriors who goes to war, they are at the right, at the left side. For them, they don't come to entertain, they only come when there is fire. So they are seated according to their levels. Some are seated behind, some are seated in front of them. So before you are in scene, in the gun, you are passing through orientation so that you get to know that this is what I'm supposed to do, this is where I'm supposed to sit, this is the way I'm supposed to behave, and this is the way I will walk towards the chief if I'm asked to come for collar. So all this thing is done. If you miss out your way, there are other chiefs who will call you to order.
So for the chiefs in this area, many of who are seeing John Mahama for the first time as the president-elect, because the last time he came here was around December, when we were preparing for the elections, and then just after that period, he has come here again as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He's a son of this area. How significant is it for you people, the ordinary people?
We are so proud to see that our northern brother has taken the position of the highest office, and that is essentially the president. So he came here, asked for the blessing of the Overlord, and the Overlord blessed him. So he was given the blessing to move and go and campaign, and God being so good, he was blessed with the victory. He has ascended to the seat of the presidency. He is back to tell the father, the brothers and the kinsmen that we have prayed. God have answered our prayers. I'm so glad. And so you still need your prayers to do what? To make sure that the social contract between our son, our brother, that is the president, and the people of Ghana is fulfilled. So the Overlord of DAGBÏ and his kinsmen are overjoyed to see their own son coming back with the title, the president.
Okay, so for those of you who are watching this program live from YENDI, the GBEWAA Palace to be specific, it is a courtesy call by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on Ndan Yaa-Naa Naa Abukari, the second, the Overlord of the DAGBÏ traditional area. Now let me walk you through what you expect to see on your TV sets for those who have joined us live. The president arrived a few minutes ago. There's been the exchange of greetings, and then there will be the opening prayer. After the opening prayer, obviously very important dignitaries are here, and they will be introduced. Then Yana will welcome the president, and it will be done on his behalf by Dr. Jacob Yakubu Mahama. Now, as we speak, you would notice on your screens that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is exchanging pleasantries with political party leaders, those who led the campaign, those who worked hard to give him the resounding victory. He's accompanied by some members of parliament. I see Hudu Yaya, one of the founding fathers of the NDC, following John Dramani Mahama. And so that's the picture here. The president will go around and exchange pleasantries with the traditional leaders here, after which the program will formally begin. So now help me. You would notice that Harun Idrisu is leading the president to where some of these chiefs are. Now, is it that he knows some prominent ones he wants to single out, or it is just by way of courtesy?
No, we have Naa Abukari, who is the Kingmaker of DAGBÏں.
So is the one with the white towel on his shoulder?
Yes, okay, that's Naa Abukari, the Kingmaker of DAGBÍں. So president is sharing pleasantry with him. He is more or less the grandfather of DAGBÍں. So when the president comes, he must go to greet the grandfather of Yana before he can come and greet Yana.
Okay.
That is how it is. But they are seated categorically. So those who are Naa Abukari, they are seated after Naa Abukari.
That's on the right hand side of
GBEWAA. And for them, they have reached the level that they cannot change titles again. They can't change titles again. So more of them are with the red caps. So those with the red caps, they don't change positions after they are installed. So you can see that they are just red caps. For them, they are
okay. So, but I see some of them in also blue.
Yes, some of them are the sub chiefs of Naa Abukari. Sub chief of Naa Abukari. We have Naa Abukari. What is the name of the chief? So Galagulana. So the sub chief for them, they have to wear any type of but the titles Naa Abukari, they wear the red, and they cannot change their titles again.
So for anybody who comes here without this historical background or the cultural significance of the seating arrangement, the caps they are wearing, and even the smocks they are wearing, many people would have noticed this to be an ordinary seating arrangement. You sit where we sit. Now we appreciate it. So the president is now being led to another side. That's the left-hand side of Yana. How significant is what he's going to do now?
So those are the left side of Yana. More of them are eyeing the seat of GBEWAA. You can see the light. The president is now sharing pleasantry with Naa Abukari. So he can also occupy the seat of DAGBÍں. And Yana can also Naa Abukari Yana and Naa Abukari. For the two of them, they can get the seat of DAGBÍں. So they sit this way, but Yana must be seated before they can come and sit. That's the tradition. So Naa Abukari Yana, they are potential Yanas. So you see that they sit this way. They cannot go to rub shoulders with Yana. They must be seated this way. But now YENDI is also behind them. He too, he doesn't change titles. He is the brother of the Yana, now YENDI. He is the directive person who makes sure that things are orderly done within the what?
You seem to know a lot. Is it that you are a royal, or it is part of the training the children of DAGBÍں, or maybe YENDI to be specific, get to know as they grow?
I'm the son of DAGBÍں. I'm the constituency secretary of NDC in YENDI constituency. I work with the chiefs, I work with the tradition. It is incumbent on me to learn well and be oriented, so that days like this I can speak with authority that this is the way the tradition moves. So I learn as we go. I sit behind the chiefs, I sit in front of the chiefs. They have been oriented.
So for the people of this area, what are some of your expectations?
Our expectation is that our brother is now the president. We hope and pray. We are not saying that he should.
So hold it briefly. And so in your shot, you would notice that the president has finished exchanging pleasantries with the other powerful chiefs on the left and right hand sides of Yana, and is now being ushered to go and take his seat. And as soon as he takes his seat, the program formally begins. Now, let's continue. So, it's now drumming and dancing, and he continues with the exchange of pleasantries. He started with the party officials, he's done with the RECSEC, and is now greeting government officials. He also go to say hi to members of parliament. Don't forget, NDC swept over 75% of votes in the northern region, and so a lot of people in this region are happy to see the president. They are very expectant, and that is the picture here at YENDI, the GBEWAA Palace, to be specific. Now, what are they saying?
They are praising Yana. They are telling him that he should be patient. He's the overlord. He carries everybody. And the appellation is that he's the owner of the universe, apart from God. So he must work with patience, and everybody can go along with him.
Okay, so let's listen briefly to the prayers. I'll come to you again to help us understand exactly what is happening. So, viewers, this is live from YENDI GBEWAA Palace, to be specific. John Dramani Mahama is here to pay a courtesy call on Yaa-Naa Abukari II before he engages the people in the northern region at a grand deba of chiefs and people at the Jubilee Park in Tamale, to be specific.
Napuro bapur zangbelna, napuro yeb kushena, napuro yeb kalbilana, napuro yeb galgulana, napuro yeb patina, napuro yeb danlana, napuro yeb tuna, napuro yeb ngandana, napuro bapur kungbelna, napuro bapur nasalana, napuro bapur kunkonglana. Bon salna. Na puro bapur sabobna, na puro bapur nambilana, yelzalmpo, na puro kulna, na puro patol ngonolana, na puro sashibna, na puro dindana, na puro zoena, labashana ampuya, na puro jamondana, na mpubasa, mpum labashana ampu, na puro yabgumpilana, na puro bapur zangna. Bon, salana, dunia bella. Mpo galgulana, mpo besa.
Na wana da albarka ai tete swale temtile shima.
Na puru kumbung kigana. Ni gushena ni swale. Bon, salana. Ni samba dunia bella. Mpo ya.
Na wana da albarka ne.
Bon nazo.
Soli biane tempil jima sa sheltin jianwo da zo yin zan ku ko duru ma santi mbal mam ko na adwa. Your Excellency, we crave your indulgence.
Salatu ala nabiyil karim.
We prepare to start the program.
Na undin ya tusogo na no jin wata tabakutu shin ka adwa mu zan pille tiam pille mun na na tatamla yulen la na le na na tatamla yulen to pa na na tatamla na election da kana ndan ya na gbaga aduwa ne na won tamta suudu gana zaha ndimi shil nan ya na won shil titalala suudu ma kana na titamla na opigi excellence John Draman Mahama nzanti gana zano gbobti na won ko gbobti gbobrusun na won tumo suudu shalo yan zan gbobtin gwanma won yan kirsu yala pa ado biya kwama no kurgu na won to nasara so shang mi on yan dola nji amfani kana gana zaha ka so kam dir da amfani na won wu mole na won wu mole kan sharmi on kana ma na on na pon shar bismillah na on lan labsmo bi agoshi na alhamdulillah da gbang na nam zaban la am kyongo na on pa anto zo sung na on pa anto zo sung mbalma mbati fima o mino dal fatab za na on ma pa ambata suba na on kwang sambata suba tun bor no tusu al hirishal kam ka batuti su le na on milo palanle to mino bor no tusu za bi abal kam ka batuti su le na on wala milo za mo na mo zuba gulti wa in yurida an ya'da'uka fa in hasbaka Allah هو الذي أيديك بنصره وبالمؤمنين وألف بين قلوبهم لو أنفقت ما في الأرض جميعا ما ألفت بين قلوبهم ولكن الله ألف بينهم إنه عزيز الحكيم يا أيها النبي نعوتك جين وجين يسنا لافي حسبك الله ومن اتبعك من المؤمنين آمين سبحان ربك.
Thank you very much, the Chief Imam of Yendi, for that wonderful prayer. We are going to start the program currently as I speak. But before I do that, Honorable Original Minister, His Royal Majesty has tasked me to get you informed that after the program there shall be a private meeting with the President. So kindly book that appointment for him. Honorable Original Minister, I hope you've heard me. There shall be a private meeting between the President and His Majesty after this program. Thank you. Your Majesty, we now invite the Secretary to DAGBฉิ่Traditional Council. He is in the person of Alhassan Abdul Fattah to introduce our revered chiefs before His Majesty. Beba pre Alhassan Abdul Fattah on yala bang markiam zan te nanenjina du de jene wala on zang na shabambe kyanwo nzamba san we tengban zolana katana ntotuma. Mr. Alhassan Abdul Fattah, please come and execute that task for me.
Bolle samlana dunia balna na wuna da albarka yan sola nwale kazang na gahanda ban yi boba dagban boba na ya na wuna da albarka kana na butitab songa ka de te gana tangban zoglane zungo dabselungo bonle. Your Excellency, I am highly honored to list and introduce the chiefs who have moved from all parts of DAGBÏں to the GBEWAA Palace to assist the Lion King of DAGBÍnh, Yaa-Naa Abukari II, to receive you today. Your Excellency, I must mention that the list is not in any order. It is just based on how they arrived here in the GBEWAA Palace. Your Excellency, to begin with, we have Naa Abukari, we have Naa Abukari, Your Excellency, we have Naa Abukari, we have Naa Abukari in this gathering, we have Naa Abukari, Your Excellency, we have Naa Abukari, we have Naa Abukari, Your Excellency, we have Naa Abukari, we have Naa Abukari, Your Excellency, we have Naa Abukari, 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 Naa Yang Chuana. He is representing Naa Abukari in this gathering. Naa Abukari in this gathering. Your Excellency, we have Naa Abukari, we have Naa Abukari, we have Naa Abukari, we have Naa Abukari in this gathering. We have Naa Abukari, we have Naa Abukari Burumandana. He is here to represent Naa Abukari to assist the Lion King of DAGBÍnh to receive you today. Your Excellency, we have Naa Abukari, we have Naa Abukari Nambirlana, we have Naa Abukari Nadache Dalonglana, we have Naa Abukari Sanarna. Your Excellency, we also have Naa Abukari Zangna here. Now, Now YENDI is also here to assist the Lion King of DAGBÏONG to receive you. Your Excellency, we have Nabapere Kulna in this gathering. We have Nabapere Gumpalana. We have Nabapere Ngonolana in this gathering to assist the Lion King of DAGBÍONG to receive you. Your Excellency, we also have Nabapere Sachel Na in this gathering to assist the Lion King of DAGBÍONG to receive you. Your Excellency, the list goes on and on. Time wouldn't permit me to mention all of them. They are all here. Everybody is here to assist the Lion King of DAGBÍONG to welcome you. Bon le samlana na mpuya pam antumaswal kanzang nana mawuma.
Thank you very much, Registrar of DAGBÍONG Traditional Council, for doing justice to the names being introduced a while ago. Your Excellency, I now invite the Member of Parliament for YENDI constituency, Honorable Lawyer Jofa, to come and respectfully introduce the dignitaries before you. Lawyer Jofa, please, you are welcome.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Majesty, Yana, the Minister for Education, Minister for Trade and Industry, the Executive Secretary of the President, all protocols duly observed. I've been called upon to introduce some dignitaries. It's a tall order because I will not be able to capture everybody, and so where I'm unable to reach, the Regional Director of Communication for NDC is available to assist. Your Excellency, Yana, today is a very great day, not only for the people of DAGBÍONG, but for the people of the entire northern region. With Yana here and accompanying His Excellency the President is the Executive Secretary to the President, Dr. Callistus. Also in the delegation is the Minister for Education, our own Haruna Idrisu. We also have in the entourage our Regional Minister, Honorable Adolf Ali. We have in the delegation the Trade Minister, the Transport Minister, sorry, Honorable Joseph Bukari Nikwe. We also have Transport Minister, yeah, I've captured that. We also have in our midst the Environment and Science Minister, Honorable Mutala. And then, yeah. And then we also have our own grandfather, Lawyer Hudu Yaya. Your Excellency, as a Member of Parliament, I'm also here with my colleague members of Parliament. Your Excellency, before I get to that stage, we also have the Vice Chairman, Araji's Chief Sofo Azoka in our midst. He just joined us. Your Excellency, some of the members of Parliament here present, Your Excellency, we have Honorable Al-Hassan Omar, who happens to be the chair of the Northern Caucus. We also have the Honorable Member for Kumbungu. He also happens to be the Vice Chair of the Northern Caucus. We have the Deputy Minister for Roads, who also happens to be the Member of Parliament for Tamale North. He's also here with us. Your Excellency, we have the MP for Sagnargu, Honorable Ataisia, is also here with us. Your Excellency, we have the Member of Parliament for Miang, Honorable Misbah, he's also here with us. Your Excellency, Honorable Misbah also happens to be the Treasurer of the Northern Caucus in Parliament. And then we also have, Your Excellency, the Member of Parliament for Nantong, Dr. Sharif Khalik. He also happens to be our Secretary. And then we have the Member of Parliament for Tatali, Honorable William Ntebi. He's also here with us. Your Excellency, as far as I can see, I think these are the members of parliament. But aside the members of parliament, we also have in our midst the former member of parliament from Myang, Honorable Aziz. We also have with us the NLA Chief Executive Officer, who also doubles as our regional secretary, King Salam. He's also here with us. We have here one of our national vice chairmen, Lawyer Rauf. He's also here with us, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, we have King Yellow, who also happens to be a NEC member and has just been recently appointed as the Deputy Director for DRIP. He's also here with us. Your Excellency, we have here one of our regional vice chairmen, Chairman GBEWAA. He's also here with us. Your Excellency, we have a number of dignitaries here. As a member of the lawyer fraternity, we have our leader here, who also was one time the DC for YENDI, Lawyer Terror. He's affectionately known as Lawyer Terror. Your Excellency, we have the Regional Council of Elders here represented, and we currently have the YENDI Constituency Council of Elders here represented. We also have Constituency Executive. Your Excellency, before I forget, we also have another regional vice chairman here, who is also seated here, Amin, Alaja Amin, or General Amin. Before you introduce you. Your Excellency, there are a number of dignitaries here that I may not be able to mention. So the Regional Council of Elders, like I indicated, the Constituency Council of Elders, some other constituencies have their executives here. We acknowledge your presence here. And then we have some of those who actually hold the fort in terms of our education, our health, and other areas in the constituency. We have the Municipal Coordinating Director here, and I think I've seen the security chiefs also here represented. I may not be able to mention all the names. Your Excellency, that's where I'll stop, and then I'll allow the Regional Communications Director of NDC to continue with the acknowledgement. We acknowledge everybody who is here. Your Excellency, we also have our regional youth, our regional women's organizer, who has also just been appointed as the regional coordinator for the school feeding program for the region, Northern region, Madam Charity, and her deputies are all here. My own regional constituency women's organizer and her deputy are equally here. Your Excellency, the dignitaries are a lot. Like I indicated first, I will not be able to capture all, but we have our own Dr. Nat also here. We acknowledge anybody or all those who are here, and then we would allow the Regional Communications Director of NDC to continue with the acknowledgement. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member of Parliament for YENDI constituency, Your Majesty, Your Excellency. We now invite
Zabzugu, Gushegu, Karaga, of course, Nantong, Naa, and many other very influential people in the region are here.
They told me that please lobby for me to see the president. Opposition and ruling party, that is economy. So when he comes, I would like to take custody of my economy. Otherwise, they will send the economy to the grave. So, Your Excellency, if you see a gentleman approaching, it means that he's coming to take his economy from you. Thank you very much. That is just by the way. Now, when I dal baraka tempalo shall woten sui, kabwale atumo, when yanzana zane, nzang amarhabi zulunkom, nzan te tingban zola mini onyanga na wona da baraka woni nye na bapre zangbalan na onyala na zo zanti zangbalan ya'lu ma kala nye ala fe bomma bangde kru wana minye ala fe bomma kyama nzan te tutu za hanan ban yene ama okuliyon no te foi. Your Excellency, we are inviting the Paramount Chief of Zang.
He spoke the language. What was he saying?
He was acknowledging that the next in the agenda will be the invitation of the rep of Yaa-Naa to give out the Yaa-Naa speech in the person of Chief Zangbalan. So he is approaching the days to give out the speech of Yana.
And so, in a moment, Dr. Jacob Yakubu Mahama is the paramount chief of Zangbalan, who will be making the presentation welcome address on behalf of Naa Abukari II.
Address by His Majesty and then Yaa-Naa Abukari II. And I quote, Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Regional Minister Honorable Ali Adolf John, Honorable Ministers of State present, Honorable Members of Parliament present, respected senior party executives, distinguished members of the NDC, distinguished guests, Nanima, Kona, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to welcome you, Your Excellency, and your entourage to the GBEWAA Palace and the Northern Region. This is your home, and we are always happy to welcome you. This is the first time I've seen you in person after your landslide victory in the presidential and parliamentary elections held on December 7th, 2024. I've already congratulated you, Mr. President, but I will do that again considering the magnitude of your achievements. We will continue to pray for you and your governments to ensure that you make good your promises to the good people of our beloved country, Ghana. Your Excellency, before I continue, I want to thank you profusely for granting my children and grandchildren key positions in your government. They are all capable gentlemen and will not disappoint you. My task now is to continue praying and ensuring that my children and grandchildren who are benefiting from your government give value for the depth of responsibilities you put on them. I will ensure that they deliver the goods to the highest of their abilities. This you can count on me. Your Excellency, I want to remind you of the importance of running a government that is transparent, accountable, and free of corruption and arrogance. Many people from all walks of life in our country, including my fellow chiefs, have repeatedly reminded you about this, but this does not stop me from mentioning it to you again. Do not treat accusations of corruption from your appointees lightly and asking for evidence before you take action. Your appointees should live by your strict standard of integrity and accountability. You are a living example that they should follow. Mr. President, as you are still in the process of putting together your team, I urge you to carefully consider the appointment of officials who embody these values. I've watched you on television admonishing your new minister to be diligent in their work and eschew arrogance. That is very important considering where we are coming from. I'll also entreat you to ensure that they stick to your directives and swift punitive actions taken against those who fall short of your directives or fail to meet the expectations of Ghanaians. Your Excellency, I appreciate your efforts to hit the ground running and commend your administration's swift actions so far. May you be guided by Allah in the steps you take to bring a better life to all Ghanaians. Our region, Mr. President, as you already know, is endowed with immense potential, but we are also faced with unique challenges. We employ you to prioritize the following projects in the northern region to alleviate the grave situation our people find themselves in. 1. The YENDI and Tamil water projects. A reliable water supply is essential for our communities. A reliable water supply is essential for our communities' health and well-being, but the people in Tamale Metro and especially Yendi municipality have long since forgotten how it feels like to have constant and reliable potable water. Getting these projects completed will greatly improve the quality of life of the greater majority of the people in the northern region. 2. Irrigation projects in northern region. Considering the increasingly erratic and unpredictability of our rainfall pattern in the north, enhancing agricultural productivity through irrigation will boost our local economy, food security, improve the incomes of families. Renovating the existing irrigation dams that have been that have not seen renovation for several decades, especially the Bontanga irrigation dam, and setting up new irrigation dams will greatly enhance the productivity of our peasant farmers and improve their income generation for leading better lives. Mr. President, the Pagaza irrigation project along the Tamale-Yendi route, started by the CPP government, is more relevant today than ever, and reviewing it for further construction will greatly improve agricultural productivity not only in the north, but in the whole country. 3. Renovation of the regional and teaching hospitals. Quality healthcare is a fundamental right, and we need a well-equipped regional hospital with up-to-date diagnostic, laboratory, and ancillary equipment to deliver quality secondary health services to the good people of this region. This will support and reduce the burden of the Tamale Teaching Hospital, which still has numerous and perennial challenges to overcome. Your Excellency, the Tamale Teaching Hospital has grave challenges that impede the desire of the hard-working staff to provide quality and efficient tertiary health services to the 5 northern regions. Constant malfunctioning and unavailability of critical life-saving modern diagnostic and imaging equipment is the bane of this institution. The situation is so bad that most referred patients actually come there to die. So most people prefer to go to private hospitals and clinics rather than risk their lives at a teaching hospital. Because of these challenges, staff motivation is very low and indiscipline is rife, and this in turn affects the general output of the hospital. Your Excellency, the Tamale Teaching Hospital needs a real overhaul for it to be able to deliver reliable life-saving services to the people of the north and beyond. 4. Construction of Phase 3 and renaming of the Tamale Airport. Your Excellency, the development of the Tamale International Airport has stalled after completion of the second phase. This was a laudable initiative conceived and started by your government and continued by the Akufo-Addo government. The Phase 3 of the project that included a Hajj terminal seems to have been abandoned. We want to entreat you to start the Phase 3 of this project so that the airport can handle all that it was intended to do, including the handling of Hajj pilgrims in a humane manner. Mr. President, such a huge investment needs to be appreciated by the people that it serves. And in consultation with the Nairi and the DAGBgsmång, we want the airport to be renamed GBEWAA International Airport to reflect our common heritage. 5. Education projects, e-blocks. Your Excellency, reviving and completion of outstanding e-block projects in the northern region will not only further demonstrate your huge commitment to the development of education in our region, but bring quality and accessible senior high school education to the doorsteps of the underprivileged, as was envisaged at the start of this very important project. 6. Iron ore deposit in Sheni. Mr. President, we wish to draw your attention to the iron ore project in Sheni. Its development has spanned several governments but has not made any appreciable progress. We think that developing this deposit will not only bring immense revenue to the government, but will also provide direct and indirect job opportunities for the teeming jobless youth in our region. This will definitely reduce unemployment in the country as a whole. 7. Creation of share board. Your Excellency, as you already know, the share fruits are picked and processed into butter by our rural women and provide a vital source of income for families. Beyond its economic benefits, the share industry is also a symbol of women's empowerment. It provides financial opportunities for women to tackle leadership roles, make financial decisions, and improve their socioeconomic status within their families and communities. Your Excellency, according to my experts in the share industry, the industry does not only have a significant impact on our local economy, but that the global market for shea butter is projected to reach 5.58 billion by 2023. Mr. President, if this is true, then I think it would be prudent for us to work together to ensure that our communities benefit from this growth. We must push for policies that favor the growth of the shea industry, and I think a shea board could just be the answer. 9. Tamale Military Stadium and Hospital. Mr. President, the construction of the military sports stadium in Tamale, close to the Bawa Barracks, has stalled for a long time, and we would like to appeal to your government to complete it for them. For all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Besides this project, a state-of-the-art military hospital will not only strengthen the morale and health of our servicemen and women, but be a reliable alternative health service lifeline in times of crisis of our general public health facilities, which unfortunately happens rather too often in this country. 9. Civil school in the north. On the lighter side, last but not the least on my list is the School of Survey, on your campaign trail in 2024 in Kumungu, you promised to build a civil school in Kumungu district, which, when your party comes to power, Mr. President, we are happy to announce to you that your party is in power. On a more serious note, Your Excellency, once again, I want to assure you that DAGBÏں and the Northern region are committed to supporting your administration. We are eager to collaborate and contribute to the success of your government, not only for our region, for the entire nation. Your Excellency, please do not hesitate to call upon me whenever you need guidance or support. I am confident that together we can achieve great things. Once again, I welcome you, Mr. President, and thank you for coming to the GBEWAA Palace today. Okay. I wish you a very fruitful tour of our region and pray that our collaboration be successful and bring enormous prosperity. Mr. President, because of your large entourage, I've provided you with a very huge bowl and 100 sugars of yam for the agenda today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Na ba prezang balena to ko nang lajo kasaloti de danfani na jowana nang sanga na mazaha marhabi.
So much of what Dr. Jacob Yakubu Mahama, the paramount chief of Zambalong traditional area, has said is being broken down to the ordinary people here who will better appreciate his message, which was presented in English. Now, he made reference to some specific projects, and some of them drew the applause of the people, which means it is dear to their heart. One was water systems for people of YENDI. One was the expansion of the Tamale airport and to be named as the GBEWAA airport, and that one also drew an applause from the people. He made reference to irrigation projects to expand agriculture here and other ones. Now help us, if these things, specifically agriculture, are done, how impactful will it be on the lives and the economy of this area?
See, this area, we have two seasons. We have the rainy season and the dry season. For this part of the country, northern region, we only have one season for farming. So if the rainy season passes, the dry season, people are seated at home.
And it is the longest period.
It is the longest period. So what they harvested during the rainy season is what they will sit at home to spend. And then when it's time for them to go back during the rainy season, they may not even have anything to go back and cultivate. So, but we have some areas that we can develop for irrigation purposes. So if the irrigation is developed, when they finish the rainy season farming, during the dry season, the longest period, they can engage in the irrigation, and that will improve the economic life of the people. In that regard, when the rainy season catch up, they will have enough to invest back. That is what is very dear to the heart, and majority of the people in the north are into agriculture. So if that is done, it is answering the demand of the people.
So how ready are the people? Because most of the time, governments may introduce some of these beautiful policies, but the buy-in, especially among the youth, is what will translate into the improvement of the lives of the people. Are the young people here actually ready to go into large-scale agriculture production?
Yes, as for this site, once we are born and grown into agriculture, we sit in group, we discuss the potentials in that. There are some small dotted farms, dams. When you go there, you see that many youth are there. They are doing small irrigation, and then others also want. But because the water and then the place is not well developed, they even struggle to share the small portions of land among themselves. Majority of the youth, they are ready to go into the irrigation farming. It has a lot of money. When they tell you there's a small plot of land, if they put vegetables into it, and they tell you the amount of money they get into that place, you will be seriously surprised. So the youth are ready. As for northern sector, to be frank, that is one of the potentials that the government should put an eye on. And when they develop dams and push the youth into the agriculture, we have answered about 70% of them.
Help those of us watching this program live from YENDI, GBEWAA Palace to be specific. And for those of you who are monitoring WoezorTV, this is a live coverage of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's courtesy call on the king of the DAGBÏNG traditional area with over 60 paramountcies. When the presentation was made on his behalf, and he made reference to YENDI and access to potable water, I remember during the campaign it came up several times. How serious is it, especially as we drove around this part of the country? We noticed that almost everywhere is dry. So which communities, to be specific, are hit harder, and how is it affecting the lives of the people, ordinary people?
They say we are appealing to His Excellency the President to step in as a matter of urgency. The issue of water in YENDI is a serious problem, and the past government led by the former president Naa Abukari, he came down here, took the Overlord of DAGBÏNG and his sub-chiefs to a place and cut short for the commencement of the water. Nothing happened. He came again and recut the second shot. Nothing happened. And the people problem is the water. So we don't have to be playing in the minds of the people. As we speak now, the people are getting water through tanks. Some one jerrycan, the 4 gallon, the yellow gallon. You will not believe that some sell it at 5 cedis, 4 cedis. And so if the water issue in YENDI is being resolved, I am telling you, there are a lot of school kids, women, a particular day, the way they'll be searching for water. Students will be struggling to get water to bath before they go to school. And many marketing issues.
Okay, so let's cut it. What exactly is he saying now?
They are calling one of the sub-chief, Toronam, that, as they say, all works and no play makes somebody jack a dull boy. So Toronam is coming to entertain the people, show the tradition, show the cultural dance to His Excellency the President, so that people will appreciate that the sons of DAGBÏNG, they are very happy the coming of the President to visit in Yana.
This is like a prelude to his address. So it is like a small break for some refreshment of okay. So let's listen to the sounds and sights from YENDI, GBEWAA Palace to be specific.
Every step has a way of communication. The first dance has a name, it works. If you are walking in the dungeons, you must walk with your legs being careful so that you will not be having your legs.
So you walk on your toes.
You walk on your toes. So the president should understand that the way is not going to be smooth. So he was telling the president that the way will not be smooth at all times. So when there is what dungeons, he must walk and get the progress through. So that was the subject. So they demand that the president must dance. You see, they wanted the president to show appreciation culturally,
and that's why they didn't want to stop.
They want to. You see, the Gongon Bita wanted to at least give application to the president to come and demonstrate that he's the son of DAGBန့ਂ. But for the security apparatus, they can't allow the president to move like that.
And that would have been beautiful.
That would have been beautiful. The people wanted their own son to appreciate the culture. But because he has gone to a higher level, sometimes we must tread cautiously. At times, we cannot just look at him like your mama
is now the president and commander-in-chief of that.
Commander-in-chief. And he's being guided by the way he does his things.
So that's the beautiful spectacle here. The people of DAGBန့ਂ are celebrating one of their own, and the president will be speaking any moment from now. And I believe that when the president takes his stage, that will be the proudest moment in the lives of the people here. And very soon the president will be speaking. And for many of you who are still watching this live on WoezorTV, be reminded that in the afternoon after 2 o'clock, the president from YENDI will be moving to Tamale, where he will be addressing a number of chiefs and people of the northern region. And so very soon the president will speak. Let's listen to the man who is about to welcome him. Who is he?
He is our regional minister, who doubles as the regional chairman of NDC, Honorable Mburdiba Adolf John. He is an action man. He led us into the 2024 election. He did very well. Every corner of the region, he led us into that place. And really, the people responded by votes. He is an action man. We believe his leadership. He wouldn't disappoint the president.
So what is he saying?
He is asking for permission from the Overlord of DAGBÏں to introduce the president to come and give his speech. But he's saying that the one is going to introduce is a special person. Also, the GBEWAA should give him the permission to tell him who is he, even though he knows him as his son. But he wants to tell the crowd that somebody special is coming out. He is saying that in the speech of the Yaa-Naa, he asked for certain interventions to be done, and that if all those issues are responded by the president, he believes surely that Northerners will be very happy. But he didn't also stop there. He said the past government, His Excellency the former President Akufo-Addo, came and promised the people heaven and earth. At the end of the day, we didn't get what they were promising, and that they started by saying they have locked the city and given the key to the IGP, and the city broke jail and they could not raise the city again. It is the savior, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who will come and rescue Ghanaians. That is why he's telling the Overlord of DAGBÏں. And that when His Excellency the President was giving his last State of the Nation address when he lost the 2016 election, he ended by saying that he has finished his relay and that posterity will be his judge. And today, all Ghanaians have seen it all, and that posterity has really judged him, and that Ghanaians have called him back, the person they rejected, because they have seen that they made a mistake in 2016. So they make the amends, and that the president is back to do all the negative things that the past government have done. That's what he's saying. The regional minister is saying that people suffered under the presidency of Nana Akufo-Addo, and they prayed, people prayed, and that made it possible for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to come back as a president. So they believe and sure that President John Dramani Mahama will fix the economy and improve the lives of the people of Ghana. He is saying that the people of in Ghana, you have to go and buy your dokono. If you buy your dokono, you must take your pepper. But the kind of pepper that MPP government give to Ghanaians, we couldn't use it to consume the dokono. The one, the savior, the president, the one who believe in DAGBŊ, the one who believes in DAGBÄng, he is coming. Ghanaians have spoken. We have all heard, and that the president who have defeated MPP and collapsed them with a vast number of the difference of more than 1.6 million, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Commander-in-Chief and the President of the Republic of Ghana, is now going to address the Yana and the people. We have to all listen to the President.
Your Majesty, I greet you this afternoon. As you said, it's the first time we are meeting since the historic victory at the December 7th election. I wish to acknowledge our regional minister, our Minister of Education, Honorable Lawyer Jofa, MP for Yendi, our Minister of Transport, Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, members of the Council of Elders of NDC, all the traditional paramount chiefs present here, and all the citizens of Yendi. I say I'm very grateful to be here on a thank you tour of the northern region. This is the 5th region that I'm visiting to say thank you. In all the places we've gone, it's been one single ceremony in the capital of the region. But northern region is different. I cannot come to Tamale and say thank you without coming to say thank you first to my father, the Overlord of DAGBÄng, before I go back to Tamale and say thank you to the rest of the region. Before the election, I came to you publicly and again privately one evening alone, and I asked you to pray for me and to give me your support to win the forthcoming election of 7th December. My father Yana, I'm happy to say your prayer was answered. And we won a victory that went beyond our expectation. 96.55% of the vote, with a difference between us and our nearest opponent of about 1.7 million votes. But God was good to us, not only in the presidential election, but also in the parliamentary. We won 183 seats in the parliamentary election, including the famous YENDI seat. Which has eluded us for many years. And so, on behalf of Lawyer Jofa too, I wish to thank the people of Yendi for the opportunity you've given us. We are not going to forget you, and you'll get your fair share of the national cake. Pam. As we all know, campaign and elections are the easiest part. The more difficult part is how to meet the challenge that is facing us, and especially now that we all know our country is in a deep economic crisis. How we work to meet the expectations of the Ghanaian people and eliminate the hardship that they are facing, that is the task that we are confronted with currently. I believe that the task is a difficult one and it's arduous, but we have assembled a team of young, talented members of my administration who are capable of helping me to steer the affairs of this country to an enormous success. And Diana, several of your children and grandchildren, as you said, are part of this team that is charged with resetting the fortunes of Ghana. And so despite the reduction in the numbers of ministers to 60, I believe that Northern Region has got averagely higher than many of the 16 regions. My younger brother, the Honorable Haruna Idrisu, is responsible for our educational reform program in the whole of Ghana. And he has already set to work. I gave him the responsibility of the National Education Review Conference, and already he is shepherding it to a very successful conclusion. In addition, our younger brother, Joseph Bukari Nikpeng, the MP for Saboba, has been given responsibility for the whole transport sector in Ghana. And so, Diana, everything you said about the airport and all that is right under your own son's purview. So it is my hope that he has been listening. Apart from that, we know that in the world today we have what we call climate change. And the environment has become a very important issue in the whole world. And so every country takes its Ministry of Environment very seriously. And this has to do with afforestation, with clean drinking water, making sure that the air in the country is pure enough to breathe. All that is under the purview of the Ministry of Environment. But it's also responsible for science and technology. We know that this world is currently driven by science and technology. And one of your own sons, the Honorable Murtala, is the minister of that sector. In Hausa, we call something Jara. Apart from all these three big ministerial portfolios, another of your children has been put in a sector that is very important to you. And we know that in this country, everywhere we have gone, every chief or king is complaining about the nature of their roads. And so Diana, one of your sons, the Honorable Suini, MP for Tamale North, is at the Ministry of Roads and Highways. And so all your complaints about roads and highways, you have a place to direct them to. Aside from that, several of our brothers and sisters from the Northern Region have been given positions as CEOs and given responsibility in many areas of our governance. My father, Yana, the Northern Region has great potential for Ghana's economic revival. And I remember when I was a young man, the then head of state, General Kutua Champon, visited the Northern Region, and he was so impressed at the agricultural potential this region had that he named the Northern Region the granary of Ghana. We want to recapture those days where the Northern Region will actually be the granary of Ghana, providing Ghana with the food security that it needs. You spoke about several issues that are of importance to you, including education. One of the first steps we have undertaken is to uncap the GET Fund and also remove the Dache bond, which collateralized the GET Fund and thereby made the GET Fund not receive enough revenues. We have moved the Dache bond onto the public debt so that we free all the revenues that the GET Fund is supposed to receive. This is going to make the GET Fund able to continue the E-block schools and complete them, and also continue all the abandoned projects in our secondary schools, the dormitory blocks, the dining halls, the administration blocks. The uncapping of the GET Fund is going to allow us to achieve that. And then under healthcare, one project that has been dear to your heart, that has been left abandoned for so many years, is the YENDI hospital. I can assure you, working with Lawyer Jofa, we're going to achieve that project and build a modern healthcare facility here in YENDI. In addition, we intend to upgrade the old Tamale Central Hospital in order that it will ease the pressure on the Tamale Teaching Hospital. So we're going to upgrade both the Tamale Municipal Hospital, which used to be called West Hospital at Zogbeli, and the Tamale Central Hospital are both going to be upgraded so that we can ease the pressure on the Tamale Teaching Hospital. This will improve healthcare for the people of the northern region. Under agriculture, we realize that because of climate change, the rainfall pattern is erratic. And so government is targeting irrigation development, because without water control, farming becomes like gambling. I remember last year, after our farmers had planted, the rains were good, and then at a certain point, the rain stopped falling for almost 10 weeks, and many farmers lost their crops. And so our intention is to focus on irrigated agriculture, and the northern region is going to get its fair share of the initial 10,000 hectares of land that we're going to put under irrigation. There are two important water projects that we intend to undertake during the tenure of this administration, and one of them is the YENDI water supply project. And Yana, I can assure you that inshallah, by the time I come to say goodbye at the end of the tenure of my administration, YENDI will have enough water supply to drink. Tamale is also suffering a shortage of water, perennial water shortages, and that is because the population of Tamale continues increasing exponentially. And so at every point, we must plan to bring more water into Tamale. And so another priority project is to expand the Tamale water supply. This time our intention is to draw the water from the south of Tamale, that is from as far as Yape on the White Volta, and bring that water through Honorable Haruna's constituency, through Tamale South, to supplement the water that we currently bring from Dalong, so that we can increase the amount of water Tamale is getting. And Yana, we know that Yendi, Bimbila, and the whole of the Eastern Corridor suffer from low voltage in electricity supply. I've spoken to the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, and he has agreed that we should build another bulk supply point on the Eastern Corridor so that it will raise the voltage that Yendi and Bimbila and Kushegu and all of you receive. We have also targeted several road projects, especially in this area. For instance, we intend to complete the Eastern Corridor Road. There are a few patches left when you go to Nkwanta and Pasa. We intend to finish it so that Yana, when you are going to Accra, you won't need to go through Tamale and continue. You just go down and appear at Tema Runabout and you are in Accra. We also are going to build the bridge from Saboba over the river Oti so that we can access the Ghanaian lands on the other side of the Oti River. We'll also do the Saboba-Wapuli bridge. The road from Saboba to Wapuli will be done, and then Wapuli to Chereponi will be done. Then Yendi, Kwalba, Saboba will also be done, and then Yendi, Zabzugu, Tatali will also receive attention. And Yana, we made some promises to the Muslim community during the campaign, and we've already started achieving them. We promised to reduce the Hajj fare, and we did substantially. We also promised an additional holiday on the Eid al-Fitr. I know we're in the holy month of Ramadan. Soon we'll be celebrating Eid al-Fitr. And we have amended the Public Holidays Act. The act is going to Parliament for approval so that when we celebrate Salah at the end of this Ramadan, we'll have 2 days to rest instead of 1 day. And Yana, there's a lot of work to do. But I know that with your support and prayers, we shall achieve all that we have set for ourselves. I want to assure the people of Northern Region, which actually is my region. I was not born in Savannah region, I was born in Northern Region. At the time I was born, there was no Savannah region. And so, I'm a son of the Northern Region. And aside from that, I did all my secondary school education here from 1 to upper 6. I came back as a national serviceman. I met a woman in Tamale, married her. And so, nobody can be more of a Northerner than I am. And so, I want to assure the people of my region that when we share the national cake, you will always get your fair share. I thank you very much, and God richly bless you.
So the President, John Dramani Mahama, has just addressed the people here at YENDI, the DAGBÏWAA Palace to be specific, assuring the people of his pledge to honor his promise, reiterating them again today, and that is gradually bringing to an end his visit to the DAGBÏWAA Palace to pay a courtesy call on the chiefs and people of this area. Don't forget that this is part of his thank you tour of the Northern Region, and he has made specific reference to some key projects from road to irrigation to health to education, and of course to some of the requests made by the Yana through the spokesperson. I am with Sugri Muniru, who is the constituency secretary of the NDC. Now, as we prepare to wrap up, before the president bids the Yana goodbye, what are your takeaways from his speech?
I'm so overwhelmed, especially the mentioning of the YENDI water issue. It's dear to my heart, and then almost everybody in DAGBÏWAA. He also made mention of the water project in Tamale. So as for the water issue, I am highly happy, and I wish and pray the day of the commissioning, we are going to put to shame those naysayers who are saying that all politicians are the same. MPP came, they made promises they couldn't fulfill. So they are also saying that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is not coming to make promises and he will not fulfill. And I'm sure and quite optimistic that what the president says, he does it, because we have seen it before. So the water issue in YENDI is what has taken me so high. I'm very happy. He also made mention of the irrigation that we talked of earlier on. When that is done, it will engage the number of youth who are idling. And you know, this northern sector, sometimes you can easily hear of disturbances, small fight here and there. It's because of the unemployed, idle hands. When they are really engaged, every singular day, they can be engaged at their workplaces. And they cannot assemble, let us talk of what? Discussing unnecessary issues. So the irrigation is also another issue that I am very happy. Another touching one is YENDI Hospital. Actually speaking, YENDI Hospital, when you go there, you wouldn't be happy. And the president says that he will work with our member of parliament to make sure that they upgrade YENDI Hospital. YENDI Hospital, when they refer, you know, it is a referral center to Zabzugu, Bushegu, Bimbala. About 5 districts are referred to YENDI. So YENDI, as its position, is a strategic place. And when the hospital is upgraded, it will at least serve the adjoining 5 districts in terms of healthcare. So we are so grateful. And again, the airport, you know, the airport is not an airport for only Norwegian. It's an airport for Northern Region, Northeast, and Savannah. Northeast Savannah and the Northern region are all heading towards the airport.
Okay, so thank you very much. So I've been speaking to the YENDI constituency secretary of the party. He is Sugri Muniru. He's the constituency secretary. Now I have with me the MP for Tamale North, Al Hassan Suhini. Now, he was one of my reporters then at Metro TV, but now he's a very big man.
And he's a bigger man.
I tell you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir.
First of all, this is not just an ordinary visit. It is very significant, as the president said, that many of you from the north, just as he told in Yana, are working with him to reset and improve the lives of the people. But for ordinary people in Tamale, in the northern region, it is even bigger because they want to see results through you.
Yes, I think I agree with you that it is not a mean visit. Like the president himself indicated, in the other regions that he has been to, he has organized just one event where the important people and party members gather for him to express his appreciation for the support given him in the last general elections. But the decision to come to Yaa-Naa's palace is also a testimony of the endearing relationship that has existed between His Excellency the President and Yaa-Naa over the years. Their relationship dates back to the time that the Yana was the ruler of Savlugu and was then known as the Yaa-Naa, and they have remained very good friends ever since. And like you heard the president himself indicate in his speech that he did not just visit him officially to request for his support. He actually on a number of occasions also visited him privately to solicit for his support. And so the decision to come here is a testimony of that relationship, that special relationship that exists between the two of them. And also because when you come to the northern region, the overlord of DAGBÏNG happens to be the most important ruler that you will find in northern Ghana. And movement for him traditionally sometimes require a lot of things to be done before he can move, and that is why he couldn't have been part of a one-off ceremony in Tamale. And it is also an indication.
We will continue. The president, as we speak, is going to so you can join him and then I'll talk to you later. So the president is now going to bid farewell to the paramount chief of the area, led by the king of DAGBÏNG, Yana, and that will signify the end of this engagement. And then right from here, the president will be moving to Tamale. That's about an hour or 45 minutes drive from YENDI, to be specific, where he's going to actually thank the people of the northern region. So the ordinary people would have been seated by now, waiting patiently to catch a glimpse of one of their own, who is now the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. And so the president is now exchanging his last or paying his last homage to the king of DAGBÏNG. This has been a very beautiful spectacle of the traditional leaders gathered, seated, waiting patiently. And as I told you, through one of the sons of this constituency, of this town and this region, the arrangement of their seating, the way their hats have been worn, all signify the respect that they have. And so President John Mahama, who just walked past me in his smock, is now in his white dress, and that is where he will be. So let me wrap up. And so President John Mahama, as we speak. You can see the beautiful pictures here. He's leaving the scene, and that is how we wrap up with the courtesy call he has paid to the chiefs and people of DAGBÏں. And so, with a sound from YENDI, the GBEWAA Palace to be specific, this is how we bid you goodbye. I will meet you again at Tamale for the thank you tour. So see you again in the next few minutes. Bye for now.
Thank you, Mr. Ahianyo. Now that is it at the GBEWAA Palace, where the President of the Republic of Ghana paid a courtesy call on the Naa GBEWAA. Now about Yaa-Naa Abukari II is the king of DAGBÏں. He is the most powerful and influential chief in the DAGBÏں traditional area, with over 60 paramount chiefs as his subjects. And this visit is significant because it's the president's first visit to the GBEWAA Palace since